because we got some news yesterday that I think is a little bit of a surprise. 9-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard is heading back to Portland.
Yeah, so it's official. Dame is back in Portland. I think this is exactly where Dame belongs, man. That Bucks tenure just kind of felt like something of a fever dream, really. It really is great to see. I think this is a great way for Dame to end his career. It's a great note to go out on, back on the team that drafted him, in the city he loves. That's where his family's at. I think this is a great story, especially at the Achilles tear. Hey, I guess we can get into really the specifics and how Portland's affected, how the young guys are going to be affected, how Dame can mentor, how Dame can, use his veteran experience to help them guys progress in their NBA careers, develop their bags, just court IQ, all that stuff. So I guess we could start with last season. Dame was a 25, 5-7 guy. He shot pretty good from the field. Obviously wasn't his best season. It was definitely a bounce back from the season before Milwaukee. Definitely not the Damian Lillard that we all think of. Age has to do with that, slowing down. Obviously, when you're a smaller guard that relies heavily on athleticism, as you get age, as you get up there, it's, leads into stuff like this, the Achilles tear and stuff like that. Really, really bad stuff that we hate to see to happen to these players. There is a bright side to all this. Now that Dame is back home, he's back in Portland. It's a roster full of young guys. They got a couple nice little vets on that team. But it's mostly a team just full of young guys. They got a lot of stuff to prove. They got a lot, young legs. So he's not going to be relying on too much. I think he's really just going to take somewhat of that, like, steady kind of just, I'm involved in the offense. I'll help set you guys up when you need it, but not too much of the offense is going to be revolved through me. I think this is heavily supported just by the contract that they gave Dame. 3 years, $42 million. I mean, that's extremely team-friendly. Even if Dame doesn't bounce back from the Achilles tear in the way of maintaining that athleticism, still an amazing shooter, still an amazing playmaker, still amazing ball IQ. I mean, he's been there. He's been one of the best point guards in the NBA. That experience can pay off dividends in the future, not to mention they threw in a no-trade clause, so that insinuates that both parties intend on staying together for a while, which I love. I hope he retires there. I don't only love this move just for the youth aspect. Portland has some vets. Obviously, you won't see it this season, and who knows if Drew Holiday will even be the player he is or even on the team when Dame is back, but I think Dame and Drew could be really cool to see together. On top of that, if Jeremy Grant is still there, I mean, I think they played together before. They work off each other well. They have some pieces, and not to mention they have Deni Avdija that they got from the Wizards. Deni Avdija, he's still young, but I think he is almost more into that, not a vet, but he's gotten older. He has 4 or 5 seasons under his belt. He's by no means a young guy, but he definitely still has some room for the upswing, so I think pairing him with Dame, this works out for almost every single person on this roster. Just to expand on that a little further, Deni Avdija is 24. He is young, but, I mean, he's had 5 seasons in the NBA. We pretty much know the kind of player he is. Obviously, still room for some improvement, but when I mean young, I mean untapped potential young. I seriously love what they decided to do with this. I think this is probably the best way to move forward for a team like Portland, especially a team that has kind of a logjam at the guard position, especially with Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson. Both are ball-dominant guards. Scoot Henderson, obviously, he relies a little bit more on his playmaking side and his athleticism and getting downhill. Shaedon Sharpe is more of a finesse guy, obviously super athletic, more of a score-first type of player. So those two players, if you have the right kind of coaching and scheme around them, I think could fit well together, as well as Scoot being a player that tries on defense, which sometimes you don't get that out of your guards. But it's great that Scoot tries. He's a bigger body. He's athletic. And Shaedon Sharpe is a solid defender, so there's no real issue there with that. But the real problem would be, say they keep both of those guys and Dame is back. Now you're kind of, scrambling minutes together. There's too many guards. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many creators. Then it starts to get messy. That's why I'm thinking Dame is kind of accepting the fact that he is here just to progress these guys' careers. He's here to make everybody, see the game better and just become better players. He's here really just to end his career, have a nice, storybook ending and just be in the city he loves with his family and just where it all started. I think is very, 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 very great. I love seeing this kind of stuff. Dame is one of my favorite players. I've always loved those real shifty, score-first guards. I love Steph. I love Dame. I love Kyrie. Always love those kind of players. So seeing Dame go back here, I never really liked the whole requesting out of Portland. Obviously, you understand it. years and years of losing, but it gets to a point where you've been there for so long, it's like, hey, man, am I really going to win anywhere else? Is it really worth it? Obviously, I understand it. But just the way he forced his way out of Portland kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And I'm just so glad that he was able to come back and, all of those Portland fans were able to, when Dame finally retires, there's not that resentment. Everyone's going to be happy. He's going to get a statue. This is just a perfect ending for Dame. I'm so happy for him. But that's the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Stay blessed.